What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about critic scores for The Suicide Squad. Obviously, this has been out for a couple days now, but I want to talk about, does it mean anything? Does it influence me? Should it influence you? How does it actually influence people? We've talked a lot about journalists and gaming journalism and even just journalism in general, and these are always some of the tougher situations to talk about because it's like, look, flat out, I don't care what a lot of journalists, in fact, the majority of them, have to say. And I guess when I say don't care, I mean, I guess I do care. It's just I don't go by them at all. I could literally, again, like I was going to say, I could literally care less. I could literally apply myself to what they're saying any less, or actually no more or less than I already am, right? But I do, I guess, care because I look it up, I talk about it. It's hard to say that I don't technically care about it, right? So, with the Suicide Squad, the interesting thing is it's destroying, and moving away from, me being cynical of journalism is, I believe, what is that, like a 96? It was at 100, then it's slowly gone down. I mean, maybe it settles at like a 95 or a 94. Still, that is outrageously good. Now, I, again, don't really put any stock into Rotten Tomatoes scores. If a movie has 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, I don't immediately think that movie is like a masterpiece. I think there's plenty of movies that, and I'll be honest, I don't actually know this, but I'm sure there's movies in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s that doesn't have a clear 100 that are like really good, that I really enjoy. And I've also said this before, there's definitely movies, Pirates 3, notoriously, maybe is my favorite movie of all time, that I think has like a low 40, like a 42 on Rotten Tomatoes. So, again, the scores don't really apply to how much I care about it. However, when you see something like this doing so well, you really cannot help but have it be influenced on you. So, I'll step up to the podium, right? I'll say my confession first in front of you guys. I think it has influenced me a little bit, where I think naturally I have gotten more excited to see this movie every single day over the last couple of weeks. I'm at a almost all-time high of excitement. I'm sure I'll get there, by Thursday night. Now, I do know, by the way, like, it has been shown in the UK. Some people have seen it. Very few, I think, in the grand scheme of things. Please don't spoil it for me, but I do understand people have seen it, and, that's helped, too. I've asked people on Twitter, have you seen it yet? What did you think? And pretty much all the responses I got were really, really good, including one in particular by Kyra Khan, and he really sold it on me. I'm very happy, and I'm very happy he's part of the community. I have seen some people talk about how they were so excited for it and then it kind of let them down because they had so much excitement for it and they just didn't like what they did with certain characters. Look, I would say I'm incredibly excited for this movie, but I'm still not expecting it to be some sort of masterpiece. I'm expecting to have a lot of fun. I'm expecting, I was going to say jokes. In fact, a couple people told me that the jokes is actually the weakest part of the movie, that it's actually not all that funny when it tries to be. So that's a little disappointing, but I want to laugh. I want to smile. I want to care about these characters. That seems to be a thing that kind of comes through in these reviews that they take. I think that's even like IGN's kind of slogan they used is these are literally F-tier villains that nobody could care about any less than they already do, and they turn them into likable, like you care about them, and they're deep and they're emotional and all that stuff, and that's very good. And see, those are, in my opinion, those are maybe the specific parts of these reviews that I kind of latch onto. What specifically? Because again, I don't really care if Joe Schmo from the New York Times says that he likes this movie. I probably couldn't relate to him any less than I already do. You know what I mean? So I don't care if he likes it. That's not going to make me like it. But, specific parts about it, right? What they do with character X or what, the emotional undertone. I'm just throwing around random examples, right? Those are the things I guess I would pay more attention to in these reviews. But still, when it's impressive when you see a movie like this and you have James Gunn's name attached. And while I'm still not a fan of the stuff he's done in the past, but I won't get too far into that, there's no doubting, he's a smart guy, he's a very good filmmaker, right? And he's done some amazing stuff, and obviously there was a lot on his back with this. Really, the whole idea of you have John Cena, you have Idris Elba, you have Margot Robbie. I would say none of them have been leaned into as much as James Gunn himself. This is kind of like the Snyder Cut. Like, it's not even about Gal Gadot or Ben Affleck or Henry Cavill. It's really about Zack Snyder, which is impressive. It's impressive for them to kind of transcend these Hollywood elite actors and actresses that we put so much stock into. James Gunn's kind of above them in this, and that's a lot of pressure. And, you know, I think it's very easy for him to get literally everything he wants in a movie, and it's so easy to say, right, give a director all of their, you know, just let them do literally whatever. And I do normally agree with that because of just, you know, it's like it's their vision. I want them to tell their vision, but that doesn't guarantee it's going to be good. It could, I mean, they could just be bad filmmakers. They could have bad writers. The film could be horrible, right? If you put all of it on them and you give them free reign and then it turns out to be terrible, there's nobody left to blame except for them themselves. So there was a lot riding on this, I think, specifically for James Gunn, and you know, it's exciting. At the same time, here's what I'll say. I'm not doubting things, especially because people have seen it, but there has been examples, most notably, I would say, with Black Widow and Wonder Woman, you know, funny enough, both superhero movies, and I don't know if it's because they're women and there just needs to be this thing that just because there's a woman on screen, I mean, those are two very powerful women, and they're awesome, and Wonder Woman's awesome, and Black Widow's awesome, but maybe there's a thing where it's like they have to be good to critics because otherwise they'll be called a lot of different names, which I have no doubt would have happened. But bottom line is, both those movies got quite a lot of praise in terms of critics and quickly fell apart. Wonder Woman 1984 I thought was absolutely awful. Black Widow I didn't think was bad, but it wasn't amazing. It wasn't what I would say I saw critics. So, you know, again, I'm not saying this is the same thing because there's been people as part of the community that have told me that they've thought very good things about this, but I'm still, just because you're told a movie is like a transcendent experience, these are people that don't know what we think. They think they know, or they act like they know. They got zero clue whatsoever. They're hanging on by a thread at their jobs right now, just in general. And so, you know, again, I wanted to use this as kind of I wanted to, you know, poke some holes or you know, give them some jabs playfully, but at the same time talk about how excited I am. So I'm very excited. There is no doubt, I think the high Rotten Tomatoes score is made it in my mind where it's like, okay, maybe I need to raise the bar even higher. But at the same time, I do need to remember, these people have been wrong before. I don't go by what these people say. You know what I mean? I make the decision based off of my own thing. I don't even give scores on my own. You know, when I watch things or when I play games and I review them, I don't give scores. I think scores are actually pretty stupid overall. So let me know, guys, what you think in the comments. Well, I guess, did you see the movie? Are you going to see it this week? Did the review scores, you know, seeing it get such a high score, has that done anything to you? You expecting anything more from the movie now? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. Leave the video a like. Thank you all for watching. I do a brand new video on the channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.